Hello and welcome to the Battlefield Top Plays. This one is going to be all about Operation Locker clips. I get a lot of these sent in and I've decided to put them into single episodes. We've had one in the past, it did really well and you guys seem to enjoy it. Bombshell is first up with a really nice clip using the CZ-3A1 going on a bit of a flank towards the Bravo objective. The enemy team has a stronghold in front of him. This is quite a common choke point on this map. It's always important to make sure that you get the right approach. A lot of people will just rush through and kill everyone in their way instead of checking all the lanes. As you can tell, he's being very careful. Comes through the doorway here, a nice spray down to take down all of those enemies and then uses his secondary, which is nice to see the FN57 being used to take the rest of them out. Alex de Sol is next. He's going to be running with the Scar H in the medic class. My favourite weapon for the most part. When I used to play this game a lot, used to play a lot of infantry with the Scar H, I found it to be a really satisfying gun because it hits so damn hard. But you have to be careful with your rounds and make sure that you hit the target as well because you don't have that high RPM, so a missed shot is going to be far more punishing than with an AEK or a FAMAS or something like that. That being said, he has been using his G18 for the most part of this clip, absolutely ripping through the enemy team as they just push him. I'm not really too sure why on earth they are so interested in reviving instead of taking out the threat first. That being said, it's all good for Alex as he rips through all of these enemy players, makes use of that Scar H at the end, getting himself a whole load of kills. Polto is next. This is going to be a very satisfying clip to watch. Not that long, but a lot of kills in the process and really good aim. The Ace-23, a fan favourite on Battlefield 4, and a position on Operation Locker where you don't really see a whole load of clips being pulled off. Really nice aiming, getting lucky with a couple of players being on low HP as well. Recoil pretty much non-existent because he's got his recoil control down and a headshot bonus on that guy just there to make sure he wins the engagement. Really awesome stuff. Of course, the G18 being used as a secondary. I prefer seeing the Magnum, to be honest, with clips like this, but the G18 is so effective. Getting a quick revive, even though it's a 20, getting his teammate up, and we're moving on. Levantian is next, pushing Alpha objective. His team is doing really well. They have all the flags pretty much bar Alpha, and they're doing a great job. He's got his ACWR out, an effective weapon if you're running as an engineer and looking to do some decent work as an infantry player. He's also rocking that 44 Magnum as a secondary. This enemy hasn't got a clue what's going on. Gets himself in a bit of trouble and taken out. 1,000 points in the streak so far. Another player taken down just across towards the Alpha objective. And then he's in two minds really. Does he push or does he hold the objective? Decides to play it a little bit casually. Sits behind the stairs until the enemies have pushed forward a little bit more and then gets a bit greedy as he looks around the corner and gets taken down. Don Polo's next. This is going to be on the other end of the map and a different game mode entirely. This is a game of Rush. He's all the way over if you're playing Conquest towards the other base. A really awesome flag to play this one because you have two separate floors. You have the floor above where you have that gas pipe and then burn everybody. Awesome if you're the one setting it off, not so awesome if you're the one getting cooked. You can tell what's happening in this clip as he flanks round using the outside lane. The enemies aren't even bothered about protecting it. Very silly move on their part as he pushes round the side and just makes his way through them, dismantling them so easily. Zithru TV is next using the 870 MCS. This is again Conquest. his team is pretty much stuck as they try to capture this last objective. It can always be difficult when the whole enemy team is located on one flag, but it does give you an opportunity to pull off a really nice flank. That's exactly what he's doing. Not so much of a flank actually when I say that. He's just ploughing through the enemy team. They're trying their best to stay alive and get away from him, but there's nothing they can do. DB Legacy is next up, the MG4, a very, very nice clip on this central part of the map, just outside of Charlie. You get so many enemies camping, prone, not really aware of their surroundings at all, and he just rips them all apart. He takes care of everyone upstairs, drops down, 1600 points so far in the streak. A couple of guys downstairs taken out, switches out to the Magnum for the last guy, gets that headshot bonus. Really, really satisfying stuff. And then the cherry on top of the cake is the knife kill. He also sent in another few. These are really, really awesome clips. I feel as if he could maybe be recording in a slightly better quality. It's always nice to have a better quality, but the clip quality is just awesome. So many kills in such a short space of time. Focus is next with a really oversaturated clip. Nonetheless, it's incredibly awesome to see how many kills he gets in this short space of time. Unfortunately, he gets taken down on his first push to the downstairs part of this part of the map, but he does get revived, and then with one quick spray of his AEK and then his G18, the whole enemy threat is removed. That was a lot of kills in a very short space of time, pretty much 2 magazines, and they all got taken out. High Sound is next. Playing on a game of Rush as a defender, he's pushing through with the 870 MCS. Very effective flank this one, and a very effective weapon, especially in the hands of a player like High Sound. So accurate, doesn't waste really any bullets or any shells at all in this case. A lot of players taken out, an absolutely awesome flank. The second clip he sent in, because he usually does send in 2 with his submissions, is in a very similar position, and he's looking to do a similar thing. The 870 MCS doing work against these enemy players. Next up, a clip sent in from Iver. Rush once more. I do enjoy a Rush clip on Operation Locker. The MG4 and just the enemy team is going to get the treatment from this weapon as he smashes them all back to the spawn screen. Jukez is next. He seems to be playing on the console, and I was watching this clip trying to work out whether he's using a mouse and keyboard or a controller. I find it really difficult to tell. He seems to be very, very quick at doing a 180, but it might be possible on the controller. I know quite a few console players who are really, really good, and it almost looks like they're playing on a mouse and keyboard. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Nonetheless, it's a really satisfying clip to watch. He is playing right now with the A91, switching out to his secondary from time to time as he needs to complete kills on the enemies. There are so many of them pushing in. Again, the G18 being the most effective secondary on this map for sure. NeloAngelo is next. He's playing with the F2000, a weapon that I thought was absolutely awesome when I was playing BF4 a lot. I never used it that much, but whenever I did, I felt it was a very satisfying weapon. It did feel a little clunky at times, but an awesome weapon to use. Very effective, I found, at taking out enemies when you just wanted to blitz them in the head, didn't want to worry about too much recoil. Just an easy weapon to use, quite satisfying as well with that decent magazine size. Overall, I'd say this clip is a little bit different to the rest because he doesn't run around like a madman jumping from side to side. He just picks himself up a great position and then starts to go to work on the enemy team. Again, he's making use of all these angles. You get a lot of these on Operation Locker. If you're holding an angle, you can be very, very effective as enemies just bunch up together. He did send in 3 separate clips for this one. I'll include them after this. Again, very satisfying clips as he takes down loads of enemy players. Really awesome stuff.
There's your medkit. Go get it. Here's your med. Go get it.
Finally today, a clip sent in from Squilly. He's going to be playing with the FAMAS, a really, really effective weapon against just a few targets. If you're looking at a lot of players, it can be difficult because the reload is long, but at close range and against a couple of guys, this thing is absolutely insane. A really nice clip this as he rips through the enemy team on the famous back rage position just off the Charlie flag. Thanks for watching this week's Top Plays. If you did enjoy it, leave a like down below. Operation Locker is a map that I'll try and keep to its own episodes for the most part. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.